The Trump administration has purchased virtually all stocks of remdesivir, one of the only 2 drugs proven to help treat COVID-19 patients. The Trump administration has shown that it will outbid every other nation to secure any medicine used against the virus, and the government now controls remdesivir supplies for the next 3 months, leaving other nations still struggling to defeat the virus with limited access to the life-saving drug. The drug is developed by Gilead with U.S. taxpayer support and will cost the government over $2,300 per dosage for patients on the 5-day treatment and around $3,100 for patients through commercial insurance. It also raises serious questions about how the U.S. government will maneuver if a vaccine is developed. New York City, which is facing a $9 billion shortfall, has agreed to major budget cuts, but not where people were demanding. Hundreds of protesters in New York City have occupied City Hall for almost a week straight to demand that the City Council defund the NYPD. The police department has an official operating budget of $6 billion, larger than the military budget of most small nations. The budget reduces the NYPD funding by $1 billion, but just by moving that money around. For instance, moving school police into the Department of Education budget. Other cuts to municipal services and across-the-board hiring freezes will have a devastating impact on working class and poor communities. By popular referendum in a very narrow vote, Oklahoma became the first and only state so far to expand government-backed health insurance during the pandemic. The ballot measure to extend Medicaid to an estimated 200,000 poor adults passed with a 50% of the vote over the objections of the governor and Republican leaders in the state and nationwide. The Trump administration has a plan to allow states to cap Medicaid spending, which it has refused to back off even amid the pandemic. The average number of new coronavirus cases in Oklahoma has more than doubled in the past month, and the state reported a record 585 new infections on Tuesday. The statue of King Leopold II was taken off public display in Belgium this week to mark the 60th anniversary of the end of Belgium's colonial rule in Congo. Leopold II ruled Belgium from 1865 to 1909 and was responsible for at least 10 million Congolese deaths and the forced labor of millions of more for the ivory trade and the extraction of rubber and other natural resources. The current Belgian King Phillipe, Leopold II's great-great-great-nephew, issued a statement of his quote-unquote deepest regret, but notably stopped short of a full apology because doing so would reopen the country to reparations claims. Phillipe also failed to mention that he is a great personal beneficiary of the wealth stolen through this genocide by his family members.